So it's Tuesday night. You're sitting at your kitchen table, staring at your banking app, and your stomach is just in knots. You did everything right. You got good grades, you went to the university everyone said was a good investment, and you graduated. But now, half your paycheck disappears the second it hits your account, just to service student loans that feel like they're never going down. And while you're stressing over whether you can afford guacamole on your Chipotle, you scroll Instagram and see someone you went to high school with. Let's call him Marcus. Now, you know Marcus didn't go to college. He barely scraped by in English class. Yet here he is, closing on his second rental property at 26 years old because he started a specialized landscaping business right out of high school. That feeling in your gut, that pinch of jealousy mixed with confusion, that's the realization that the rules of the game have changed, but nobody sent you the memo. You were sold a roadmap from 1995 that leads straight to a financial cliff in the 2020s. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. My name is Donald. I ain't a Wall Street guy, I don't own a yacht, and I definitely don't know what a derivative is. I'm just a regular dude trying to make sure my family eats good and that I don't have to work until my back gives out. And here's the thing that frustrates me the most. We have an entire generation drowning in over $1.7 trillion of student debt in this country because society, parents, guidance counselors, the media, they kept repeating the same lie. Get a degree or you'll be flipping burgers forever. That's just objectively false. It's lazy advice. The job market has shifted dramatically, but our education system, stuck on repeat. They're pushing you towards status degrees that cost $40,000 a year, but lead to jobs paying $45,000 a year. The math ain't mathin' on that one. Today, I'm going to walk you through career paths where you can build real, multi-generational wealth, 6 figures and beyond, without stepping foot in a lecture hall you can't afford. We're talking jobs based on skills, demand, and leverage, not a piece of expensive paper on the wall. And listen, if you're tired of traditional financial advice that isn't working, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. We talk about the real way money works around here. Before we get into the specific jobs, we've got to address the elephant in the room. Why do we fall for the degree trap? It's psychological pressure. We crave social validation. It feels good to tell grandma at Thanksgiving that you're going to State University. It feels scary to tell her you're going to be an apprentice welder. We prioritize looking successful over actually being financially successful. Here's what most people don't realize. Wealth isn't about your job title. It's about your net worth. Let's look at a concrete mathematical example. This is going to hurt some feelings, but we need to see it. Take 2 people at age 18. Person A goes to a standard 4-year state college. Average total cost these days, all in, is easily $100,000. They take out loans. They graduate at 22. Let's be generous and say they land a decent starting corporate job at $55,000. But they have a $600 a month loan payment for the next 10 to 15 years. They're starting life in a massive financial hole. Now, look at person B. They go into a trade apprenticeship, let's say electrical. From day one, age 18, they're earning while they learn. Maybe it's only $30,000 the first year, but they have zero debt. By age 22, when person A is just getting their cap and gown and their first loan bill, person B is a certified journeyman electrician, probably making $75,000 to $85,000 a year, and they've already saved money. By age 30, the gap is astronomical. Person A is finally making good money, maybe $90,000, but they spent their entire 20s just trying to get back to zero net worth. If they played their cards right, they own a home, they've got 6 figures in investments, and they might even own their own business. This isn't anti-education. This is pro-math. So, what are these jobs? Let's start with the skilled trades, electricians, plumbers, HVAC. But I want you to look at these differently than most people do. Look, the base salary is good. An experienced journeyman in a decent metro area is easily clearing $80,000 to $110,000 a year. The demand is insane. Buildings need power. Pipes break. AC units die in July. Robots aren't fixing your toilet at 3 a.m. That's job security. But here's where it gets really interesting. And this is the wealth building part. These jobs are highly scalable. The goal isn't just to be the guy turning the wrench forever. The goal is to become the master tradesman who starts their own company. When you own the plumbing business, you're no longer paid for your labor. You're paid for your system and other people's labor. You hire 3 crews. You handle the contracts and the business side. I know a guy who runs a commercial electrical outfit. He started pulling wire at 19. Now he's 35. He has 12 guys working for him, and he takes home over $350,000 a year net. And the kicker? Because he owns a business, the tax code is written in his favor. He can deduct his truck, his home office, his equipment. A W-2 employee making $350,000 pays way more taxes than a business owner making $350,000. The barrier to entry? A high school diploma, basic math skills, and a willingness to work hard. That's it. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Donald, I don't want to get my hands dirty. That's hard work. People will look down on me. Listen to me closely. Being broke is hard work. Straining your relationships because you can't pay bills is hard work. Get over the stigma. We have to stop letting people who are drowning in debt tell us what success looks like. There is nothing dignified about having a fancy degree framed on the wall of an apartment you can barely afford. There is enormous dignity in providing a high-value skill the world desperately needs and being paid handsomely for it. Okay, maybe you're not into physical labor. Fine. Let's talk about the digital infrastructure boom. Consider being a data center technician. You don't need a computer science degree for this. Think about it. Every time you stream Netflix, scroll TikTok, buy something on Amazon, that data lives on a physical server in a massive warehouse somewhere. Those servers need to be installed, maintained, cooled, and managed 24/7. This industry is exploding. The cloud computing market is projected to hit over $1 trillion by 2028. They need bodies. They need brains. You get in with some basic IT certifications, stuff you can study for online in a few months, often for a few $100. Starting pay? Usually around $50,000 to $60,000. But because the growth is so fast, within 5 years, experienced techs and data center managers are easily crossing the $100,000 mark. It's a tech job. It's clean indoor work. It's essential infrastructure, and companies are desperate for people who actually understand how the hardware works, not just the coding side. Now, here's one that always surprises people, because the pay is incredible. Air traffic controller. The median pay is over $130,000 a year. Many experienced controllers in busy hubs like Atlanta or Chicago make over $200,000. Requirement? No college degree. High school diploma, 3 years of general work experience. Pass a very rigorous screening process by the FAA. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this one. It's intense. It is high stress. You've got to be decisive, focused, and able to handle pressure. You'll need to pass medical exams and go through the FAA Academy in Oklahoma City. The washout rate is real. But think about the payoff. You're stepping into a 6-figure government job with federal benefits and a pension plan at a very young age with 0 student debt. If you have that specific kind of brain that thrives under pressure, this is a golden ticket that colleges will never tell you about. Finally, let's talk about the paths where your income isn't tied to hours at all. Sales and real estate. Now, this is the riskiest path I'm mentioning, but it has an unlimited ceiling. You need a license to sell real estate. It takes a few weeks or months of study and a couple $100. That's the barrier to entry. Most agents, they don't make much because they treat it like a hobby. But the top 10%, the ones who treat it like a business, they're absolutely killing it. I'm talking $200,000, $300,000, even $500,000 a year. Why? Because you're paid on commission based on high-value assets. You sell an $800,000 house, your cut is significant. Here's what most people don't realize about high-end sales careers. It's not about being slick. It's about emotional intelligence, building trust, and solving problems for your clients. You can't learn that in a textbook. You learn that by doing it. If you're willing to eat what you kill, and you've got the hustle to build a client base from scratch, there is 0 reason to go $100,000 in debt for a marketing degree just to end up in an entry-level sales job anyway. Just go straight to the sales job.